the only basic and fundamental weapon to fight corruption. And then they start writing as being secretive.
Okay.
Why is the National Assembly refusing to tell us that much?
Okay. Malaki, some have said that this speaks to our value system as Nigerians.
Well, that's another angle to it. And it has introduced perhaps another sad commentary. At the moment, and I'm talking about the past 2-3 months, we've all witnessed how people just drop freely from the sky. In short, the last incident even had a coffin. And that speaks to the premium that we place on lives, because such a body or such a ministry is supposed to superintend over agencies that regulate safety in the aviation industry. Now, if we die freely on account of consistent, incessant mishaps, and at the same time we are talking about procuring armored tank for the safety and security of those whose responsibility it is to secure it, you find the misplacement of priority on that score. Now, again, like he said, is a question of corruption in this country. I am continually disturbed to realize that whereas we mouth it, we do very little about it. It's good to hear that EFCC has swung into action. It's also interesting to hear that the House, there's a probe already going on in the National Assembly. But we must also be reminded, like my colleague said, that we have seen a lot of probes. About $16 billion, I remember, was alleged.
Can I say, please hold that thought? I understand we've got a call coming through, and this is Latif calling from K2. Good morning,
Hello,
Latif.
good morning.
Yeah, please make your point very quickly.
We just want to continue the program. This is Latif from K2. This country is that time we start doing things right. And it's not that our children are at home, and the minister can afford the 2 armored vehicles at that amount. It is very, very ridiculous. The Holy God can favor us. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, thank you, Latif. All right.
Even before the outcome of the respective proofs that are already on, we already have some consensus. One is the fact that these vehicles were bought, and the reasons were given, however contradictory. The second is to say that they were not bought at prices that could be effectively tied to the value of those vehicles. And they have not come out to deny it. So, as a fact, those vehicles, 2 of them, were bought. The reasons for which they were bought is still hanging between the stories of those who are telling us. Secondly is that the prices of this vehicle are way beyond their market values.
Yeah.
And therefore, it clearly situates it within the context of the corruption game in this country. And you will find that initially there were attempts to cover up from the response of those principal actors. And when they did come up with explanations, it was all, cock and bull story from all parts of their, Now, at the moment, what has become very, very disturbing to the Nigerian people is that, wait a minute, is it the same country where you say we must be subjected to 18,000 naira per month as
minimum wage?
Is it the same country where our children, the future of this country, are continuing to languish at home, with no prospect of immediate resumption of schools, on account of, like Labaram would say, that the federal government cannot meet up with the huge demand of the... And you're beginning to find that...
I beg your pardon, Malaki.
Very well.
An almighty caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please calling from Idimo. We thank God for what is in our country now. That everything works for good for people that are called by their name. But this issue, armored or not armored, everything that is happening, is an opportunity for us to address during national conference. No government official, whether you call yourself governor or commissioner or something, will be above the level of the civil. And they should not in the olden days, everybody uses the Peugeot car. But now you can't even commissioner or local government. They all use the Jeep. And they are just seeing us all around. Instead of them to serve us now, we are serving them. We are just like a slave. So everything is working for good for us. So we have to do national conference. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, let me round up by reminding Nigeria. You see, this whole thing, one is playing into the other. If you recall, and I mentioned it here on this program, that I am in court challenging the exceptions that were made when the ban on the use of tinted glass, came about. You cannot blame the security agencies for coming out with a policy that will assist them in fighting crime in this country. And I think that, to that extent, they banned the use of tinted glasses. Mm-hmm. But there were exemptions in that ban. They said only the president, his deputy, the governors and their deputies, speakers, senate president, and majority house leaders. Where is Madam Aliru in that exception? What of Malaki? Have we suddenly become weaker or smaller citizens of this country on account of the fact that we don't occupy political office? And to rub it in is to realize that the same people you have exempted to continue to use tinted glasses as part of security measures are the same people whom you pay huge monthly allowances.
For doing nothing.
If it is a deputy speaker that came to your program today, the whole of your compound will be filled with security men drawn from all the security agencies. So, let me end there, because I have a way of believing that all the variables that will occasion an implosion in this country are present with us here.
One gets the impression then, Chris, that the feeling around here is that this goes much deeper than just one minister or one government agency buying a vehicle that seemed to be stupendously expensive and cannot be justified. Now, let's take it one step after the other. Shall we start with the issue of that pricing? What people are saying is it seems way too expensive. How can anybody justify it?
Thank you. Talking about this, I have not Googled anywhere to look for prices of this thing, because
Anakoko has.
Yes, he has told us. No, I've not Googled. But if you look at what he has done, what he has said, listening to him, he says he got one for $670,000. $670,000.
Excluding shipping,
excluding shipping and everything. If you ship and clear, by the time it gets here, it's 800 and something, or $800,000. The two cars were bought for 1.6.
You have not even paid DT.
Yes, the two cars were bought for 1.6. So, you see, that's why I say, let us get to this point. What the president has done is the right thing, so that the investigation will tell us first, it is possible that the prices quoted for the cars were less than what they cost. It is possible, in which case you are looking at corruption. It is possible that the prices are exact prices for the cars, actually adding profit by the man who is selling it and charges, since it is lease financing. It is possible, in which case you are talking about insensitivity. There are so many things. So it is depending on what the investigation comes. That's why I say I will not be able to do a critical analysis until I see what the facts. But what pains me, and I tell you precisely, I'm praying that it shouldn't be what will make us say, look, take the gun and fire this minister. And you know why I say that? When I look at assessment of people, I put the ugly on the one side, on one scale, I put the good on the other scale. If the good outweighs the ugly, I am lenient. Yes, but if not, I will say, look, take this person and crucify. That's it. That's the truth of it.
Let's quickly take Uzochukwu, who's calling in from Port Harcourt. Good morning, Uzochukwu. Make your point.